Hello and welcome to this weather report. It's 9:30 on November 19th, and this is the weather report for the week of November 19th. As we enter a little more unsettled chances for unsettled weather, it's been extremely dry this month so far, and we have a few more chances for unsettled weather. Unfortunately, the timing is not going to be good for it because it's going to be during your holiday weekend. But you can see, as far as today goes, we had clear skies for a good part of the day, although it was a little warmer than normal. But we did have clear skies. So you had some of these clouds kind of come in late in the afternoon. But other than that, clear skies, very nice. Now, yesterday we had to deal with some clouds. They didn't really clear out until very late in the afternoon for most of us. And it got chilly last night. But the temperatures rebounded quite unexpectedly today. So I'll just show you what the day was like. I have a short video for you at Edgewood. We had nice blue skies. Beautiful pines, a little fall color in there still hanging on in some areas. And as we got toward the later in the afternoon, we had some of these clouds roll in. This is at Southern's Pond, and some more of these clouds. And then the sunset was very red. I don't know if you noticed it, but a very, very red sunset indeed. Oh, and there is actually one more thing that I have to show you as well that I almost forgot. Let's see if I can bring it up now. I didn't have it set up. You know what? Never mind. But there was a meteor last night, and it was actually seen on. Hold on a sec. I hate to have to do this, but we're gonna have to go and open videos up if I can find it. There we go. All right, so this is it right here. We're gonna talk about this meteor. I actually caught it on one of the cameras, so I wanted to talk about this. So I don't like doing this, showing my file folders and everything, but there's nothing personal in there. So let's go ahead and we'll show you this meteor here. Go toward the end of this here. It happened last night around 7:39, 1939, but 7:39 it happened. So you'll see here. I'll talk about this because it was seen in a lot of areas. So look over here. You'll see it. There it is, right there. You see that? We'll play it again for you. So there's your meteor right there, and that's where I saw it. I saw it off to the west-northwest. I don't know exactly where it fell over, but it was definitely something you wouldn't miss if you were looking at the sky. And I have a feeling that people out further west, I'm curious where exactly the meteor fell over. It could have fallen like over the Great Lakes. It could have fallen far away because it was probably high up there. They burn up high up in the atmosphere, like up in the stratosphere, probably past that. They probably don't even make it to the troposphere most of the time. But anyway, looking at our satellite loop here, you'll see, we'll play the satellite loop for you. We have a long satellite loop here for you, so you get a chance to see. There are those wildfires still going in Virginia, but for us, fairly clear skies. That smoke is going to get the northwesterly flow. We shouldn't be dealing with too much of that smoke. That's going to stay off to the south. And we could also see this on the MODIS satellite as well. If we shift over here, you'll see here that, yep, there is the smoke right there. Yep, there's your smoke from this fire. And let's see. Doesn't look too bad there, but yeah, this fire is continuing to burn pretty much, unfortunately. This was yesterday. Let's go to today. Yeah, today is a lot worse. That was yesterday. So you can see how it flared up today. Look at that. Yeah, it flared up big time with the drier air and those breezes coming in. Those breezy conditions and the dry air are really going to help fan the flames. And this fire in Virginia is something. I mean, here we are, and we're going into Thanksgiving, and we're still talking about wildfires. It's pretty insane. So going over the country right now, let's go to our weather and hazards data viewer, and you'll see, yep, you've got some chances for snow in the Rockies, and then we've got some of these high wind warnings that are in effect for some areas. And I noticed that there's a high wind warning in effect for this little area right here, high wind watch, fire weather watch. So this is the area we could see more wildfires pop up here. It's absolutely crazy that we're dealing with this in November. I don't ever remember this happening before. As far as our area goes, I don't know why they issued a freeze watch. I think everywhere has been below freezing, except maybe for the city. Maybe, but I think a lot of areas have gotten below freezing. So looking at the temperatures right now, they've come down a lot. So let's look at the conditions at Islip. where it's 43, but it was pretty warm earlier on. We got, I don't know, it felt pretty warm when I was out there. Temperatures were in the mid-50s. You can see we got into the mid-50s today, which is a little bit above normal now for this time of the year, despite the northwest winds. Looking at yesterday, you see how this morning was very chilly. We were below freezing. And then yesterday, looking at yesterday, we'll go back into the 18th here. You'll see yesterday was pretty chilly as well. Most of the day we were in the 40s after like the afternoon. Other than that, we're in the mid-50s, but it felt colder because it was windier. So let's go to our highs and lows. I think I just closed something I shouldn't have, but oh well. So something closed that I shouldn't have closed, but we'll see. Maybe it wasn't something I shouldn't have closed, but you can see look how much warmer it is in the city. But we've got this secondary cold front coming through. You can see there it is right there. So the temperatures will be colder by this morning. And we'll talk about that in a little bit. First, let's show you the highs on the map. See temperatures, high temperatures, mid-50s, pretty much everywhere. Pretty much everywhere, mid-50s and maybe upper 50s, close to 60 if you go further south in New Jersey. Let's go to the lows. And you'll see here, get the low. Wow, West Hampton got down to 21 degrees. That's incredible. So that is, West Hampton, really incredible once again. 21 degrees, that is very cold. 30 at Islip. So a lot of areas got below freezing last night. That's why I don't understand why they're issuing the freeze watch when you see a lot of these areas in Nassau got below freezing. But some areas the city still didn't get, they still had lows around 40. And then going into New Jersey, they had lows in the mid-20s in their Pine Barrens as well. However, it was colder for us this time. West Hampton truly is the icebox. I mean, you look at all the lows here, and the coldest area in the whole New York Metro is West Hampton, 21 degrees. That's incredible. Like I said, West Hampton is an incredibly incredible place for sure. So let's go look at our climate statistics on the site here. So our high at Islip is 56. The normal high is 52. That's 4 degrees above normal. However, the low of 30 was 7 degrees below normal. So that gives us an average of 43, which puts us 1 degree below normal for the day. And we go back to yesterday. The high was 58. So that's 5 degrees above normal. The low of 50 was 13 degrees above normal. And so we're 9 degrees above normal for the day at Islip yesterday. Very. We can go to Central Park now. And Central Park also running a little bit above normal today. 2 degrees above normal there for the high. 1 degree above normal for the average. And if we go to Newark, New Jersey, which I'm sure will be the warmest, 57. They were 3 degrees above normal for the high, but 3 degrees below normal for the low. So just a little bit above normal. It wasn't a huge amount above normal, but it definitely felt warm today compared to the way it's going to feel tomorrow. Excuse me. So let's go to the map now and talk about our weather patterns. And just going briefly over the surface here, see this high pressure that's going to build in. Gives us a reinforcing shot of much colder air coming in for tomorrow, and then that starts retreating on Tuesday. And this is the next system that we have to talk about here, and we'll get into that in a little bit. Let's first talk about the upper level patterns here that we have in play. So let's go to the jet stream here. So this is the GFS, and you will see there's a little bit of trough. See that second trough right coming there? That's the reason why we're going to have that cool down. But it's in and it's sort of out. So you see this is the next system here, this trough that's going to bring us that rain that we actually need really badly. Unfortunately, it's going to happen on a day that a lot of people are traveling. We'll have to see the timing. Hopefully it happens earlier on in the day, maybe early morning and less more toward the afternoon, because the Wednesday before Thanksgiving is a very busy travel day. And then you'll see there's some more troughiness and some more storms actually try to form along this. You can see it's not a deep, it looks like there's another chance. This will be a next chance for rain. Yeah, unfortunately on the weekend. So like I said, the pattern's getting a little more active, seeing some more troughiness in the east. Let's look at the European model. And if I want to go further, I have to go to the 12Z European model. So here is the 12Z European model. And pretty much agreement so far. They look pretty similar, actually. You can see how they're This is the next storm here that we have to watch out for. It's like showing more of a Friday type of deal. But actually, they pretty much agree, the GRFS and the Euro. I don't see a big difference between the two, which is kind of rare. Let's go to the height anomaly. So you can see there's that secondary trough. Then we got this next storm coming in for the rain Wednesday. A little break. I don't see a big trough behind that. So I thought Thanksgiving was going to be chilly, but it may not be as chilly as originally thought. And then we get into the colder weather, I think, on the final days of November. Here's a big trough here coming through. So that could be a major cool down as we get into December. So, yeah, it looks like some troughing in the east as we head into December. Looking at the European, let's see if there's any differences here in the upper air here. Not really. They look pretty similar. The Euro's just a little bit flatter. But let's now go and talk temperature anomalies. We'll bring this down to the CONUS view, and we'll talk about temperature anomalies. So tomorrow you can see that drop in the temperature. We're slightly above normal today, and then tomorrow we're going to be below normal. On Tuesday as well, we'll still have some below normal temperatures, moderating a little bit. And then as we get into Wednesday, here we go, warming up. And then a cool down for Thursday. It's not showing a huge cool down. See, it's not really going that much below normal originally. And then we kind of stay near normal to above normal after that until we have to wait until those final days of November where we could have some very cold weather coming in. It looks like some very cold weather actually coming in around those days. So, again, we'll have to see if that actually pans out or not. If I go to the 12Z run, it might not even be. See, it looks completely different. That's why you can't really go into the long range that much on these models because there is some volatility. But I think there will be some kind of cool down as we get toward the end of this month. European model. Let's go to the European model, and we'll look at the 12Z European model. So this is the European model. Pretty much an agreement here. The shot of cold air we're getting on tomorrow and Tuesday will be pretty chilly. And then as we get into, again, those final days of November, you can see, some really cold air entering the picture here. European is showing it too. It's as far as it goes, but I think we're going to have confirmation that we're going to have some very, very cold weather in the final days of this month. So let's go to the GFS surface. All right, so we are here at the surface, and you'll see what's going to be happening here as we head. Let me back this way up here. So high pressure builds in, gives us dry weather tomorrow, and most of Tuesday. The rain moves in later Tuesday night, and the question is, how long does it linger into Wednesday at this point? You can see it kind of moves it offshore, and then we have that northwest flow behind it. Weak high builds in, and then this next system here would be the next system, and this could bring rain on Saturday, which would be bad for us. Weekend washout if this were to actually happen or not. But you can see it has a pretty strong low pressure system there. All right, and then after that, you'll see again there's that northwest flow, some really strong, and that could be snow right there. Even a chance for snow, perhaps. You can't rule it out, but this is way, way, way in the future, and like I said, that far out, it's just it's just rolling the dice. You have to look at the trends, and the trend is trending colder and stormier. So that is the trend. So here's again that Wednesday storm on the European. Again, they seem to agree that toward the afternoon it would dry out, so mornings would be wetter, more of an overnight, maybe more of a Tuesday night into Wednesday morning thing, hopefully. And then strong northwest winds behind it. Yeah, they'll take care of the rest of it. I think everything's going to look like winter once we get toward Thanksgiving. And that'll take care of the rest of the leaves, I think. And then they both show this storm, unfortunately, for Saturday. So, unfortunately, next Saturday, we could be back to having another freaking rainy Saturday again. They're both showing it, and they both agree, too. So, that's going to suck, for sure. But we've had a lot of dry weather. Unfortunately, the timing of these rainstorms just is ridiculous. But anyway, let's now that you've got an idea of all this stuff, we're going to pull this in a little bit and show you how much rain that we think we could get from these systems. All right. So the Tuesday system. This is the Tuesday system, and I mean Tuesday night and the Wednesday system. We're looking at the European right now, and you can see it could give us 1 to 2 inches of rain. And again, we haven't hardly had any rain this month. Where a lot of sites haven't even gotten a tenth of an inch. And here we are. It's a late November already. And look, it's showing rain over where those wildfires are burning. So this would be good to getting those fires finally under control in Virginia, because it's really a ridiculous situation to have fires in November. That should not be happening. All right. And then if we throw the second system for Saturday, that could give us another inch to 1 to 2 inches. All right. So, yeah, we could see, before the month is over, we could see, like I said, our months, even though we've hardly had any rain, we may wind up being near normal or even above normal for rainfall this month, because we just managed to get it in the last week or so of November. Looking at the GFS here, you'll see this is the GFS, a little drier. It's giving us more like around maybe 1 to 1.5 inches, and the heavier rains further south. And then the second system would give us, again, another 1 to 2 inches. And like I said, we could get 4 inches of rain between both of these systems. So that's what we have there. So let's go look at the HRRR, just going into the short range here on the HRRR, because that's all we can do. Let's look at the dew points and wind flow here. So you'll see the change in the air mass. So you see the dew points drop, winds go north, the dew points drop into the 20s, and it's going to be pretty chilly. Go north to northeasterly, and then coming more of an easterly flow on southeasterly on Tuesday, and that's going to help bring in the moisture. See all that moisture there? That's the moisture that's going to be bringing the rain for us. All right, let's go to our highs. Our temperatures, I mean. So tonight, the temperatures drop. By morning, I think we'll be around freezing. And then for tomorrow, we're going to be struggling to make it. We don't make it out of the 40s tomorrow, so it's going to be chilly. Probably mid-40s for highs, maybe upper 40s if you're in Jersey. And then tomorrow night, we do have these high clouds rolling in, which may put a lid on radiational cooling. But if we do get everybody's going to go below freezing tomorrow night. And if we do get radiational cooling, teens in the Pine Barrens could be possible, perhaps. And then Tuesday, really, the temperatures really don't. They sort of rise throughout the day. So we'll start off 40s, and then as you see, as we get toward the night, you see that warmer air starts working in. All right. Highs. Let's go to excuse me, not highs, but the GFS, and we'll look at the dew points and wind flow on the GFS here. So again, this shows that secondary front. There it is coming in. Look at that, really dry, cool air tomorrow. And then it backs off Tuesday. You can see just a quick shot, and then here comes that storm system. Again, bringing the rain. There'll be some moisture with that, some increase in humidity, and then behind that, colder air. Again, though, it may not be as cold as this air mass that we're getting now. It's not showing the dew points as low. It's something to keep in mind. All right, northwest flow, and then here comes the next system that we have for the weekend. He is showing up. You can see the reflection of that pretty well. And Sunday, you can see again. But we'd have to wait until, again, those final days of November to get into some really cold air with, again, look at how low those dew points are. All right. And looking at the actual air temperatures here, as we, again, cool, Tuesday cool, and then look at that, temperatures rise. So you'll be cooler Tuesday during the day than you will be in the middle of the wee hours of Wednesday morning when temperatures rise into the 50s. And then the temperatures drop again for Thanksgiving, though it won't be quite as cold. It'll probably be upper 40s to around 50 according to the GFS, and a mid-50, low 50s. And you can see by the weekend, this is your rainy day. It could be a really miserable, cold, raw day with that northeast flow. And then as we go into next year, you'll see the kind of temperatures we're going to deal with as we get in the final days of November. Highs struggling to make it to the 40s even. We have days where it may only be in the 30s. So, yeah, that's the kind of chilly air that's going to be coming our way for the end of the month. So here is the European model, and you'll see here on the European model, which I don't usually use for temperatures, but I figured I would show this to you. European wants to go a little bit colder. That's colder bias for Thursday. Still not as cold as it will be tomorrow. I think tomorrow will be colder, so still showing temperatures near 50 degrees, I think. So it's still kind of, not as cold as it will be. So let's go back to the HRRR, and we'll talk a clouds. So let's talk clouds. All right, and why were you going to this first? Because I want to look at the sounding for tomorrow. So tomorrow we should start with clear skies. However, we'll have to watch for an increase in upper. Look at how dry that air is to the surface. Yeah, I don't think there'll be any stratocumulus tomorrow. I don't think that's going to be an issue at all. Even though the satellite kind of showed it, it'll probably dissipate by tomorrow as the dry air works in. But as we get later toward the afternoon, you see those two lines starting to get closer and closer together. However, I think that most of the day is going to be mostly sunny. And then definitely as we get toward later at night, that's when you'll see that cloud deck move in. So let's visualize this now. We'll go to the GFS, which the HRRR had a cloud model, but it doesn't. So you'll see those clouds kind of move away, starting off clear. But for Long Island, I think you may have to deal with the cirrus in New Jersey, but I think Long Island, it's going to be mostly sunny till like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, probably. And then the clouds kind of come in. And then Tuesday, we'll be dealing with the clouds, high overcast, lowering, and thickening. And then the rain in the evening. And then here we are Wednesday, still dealing with some clouds. Thursday, we clear it out for Thursday. It should be a sunny day, but clouds will roll back in Friday. And then we're dealing with that on Saturday. And the weekend looks kind of, maybe Sunday will be clearing. I'm not going to run the cloud model any further than that. Let's look at the RGEM. So let's do the RGEM first. Here's the RGEM. So this is the RGEM. So again, showing mostly sunny skies. You see that cirrus. It's not really going to start affecting us until like 2, 3 o'clock. So mostly sunny for most of the day. Start seeing that cirrus coming. And then for Tuesday, you'll see there's the cirrus and the clouds thickening and lowering ahead of the rainstorm. And then for Wednesday, RGEM actually thinks it might actually try to clear out a little bit in the afternoon. We'll have to see about that. I'm not so sure. And then Thursday should be mostly sunny. So that's what it looks like from as far as the sky goes, and as far as the smoke goes, I don't think we're going to be dealing with it anymore. I think we get that rain on Wednesday. Should put those fires out. We shouldn't have to deal with the smoke anymore. So lastly, let's go to the Climate Prediction Center and look at the 6 to 10 day outlook here. Look at that. It has the whole country below normal. Wow. That's good to see. The heart of the below normal temperatures are in the Midwest. Precipitation slightly above normal. 8 to 14 day. Look at that. That below kind of shifts east a little bit. So we're definitely seeing that. And also precipitation trending below normal in the Northeast. So this all looks pretty good. And, I think we're heading into a good pattern here, a colder pattern. And hopefully we get a little bit of rain. I know the timing could be better, but like I said, we kind of need it. We've hardly had any rain at all this month. And that's not a good thing. For wildfires, but also, it's also not a good thing for the trees because, believe it or not, lack of rain actually does put stress on trees. And that's not a good thing either. Also, we do need. It's not good to be too dry. You want to have the precipitation. Ideally, you want to have a nice even spread of precipitation, but because of climate change, we just don't get it. You'll notice that the precipitation in Alaska is way above normal. And that actually is one more thing I wanted to bring up before I forgot. If we go to Alaska, let's go to Alaska. We could just pick any city in Alaska here. They've had some crazy records for snowfall in Alaska here. I think they've got a record or something. I know Alaska has record snowfall. So let me just do it this way. Alaska record snowfall. I think that there's been, Anchorage is on course for its snowiest ever. Snowiest November on record. So, again, you have more moisture in the air. The cold air is there. And you can actually wind up getting, nearing all-time. Yeah, which it did break the record. I saw it. Yeah. Record snowfall, monthly snowfall smashes record in Anchorage. So the record, the record has been broken for Anchorage. So Alaska has the snowiest November on record, which is pretty crazy. So that is going to wrap up this weather report. And, of course, we all know why that is. The cold air is there, but you have a lot more moisture in the air because of climate change, and so the snowfalls are heavier. And so that's how you can get more snow, even just because the climate is changing doesn't mean you can't get big snowstorms, folks. Those people think we're not going to get big snowstorms. They are sadly mistaken. We will get them. It's going to be erratic, but when we get them, we're going to get them, and we're going to get dumped on. It's just a matter of getting in the right pattern for those snow lovers out there as we get into the winter. We'll see what happens. But I don't think anyone wants 134.5 inches of snow. Or 77. Let's see. Let's see. Well, let's see. How much snow has fallen in Anchorage here? 37.9 inches. So that's over our seasonal total. So that's absolutely crazy. And Fiji affected by a severe cyclone. So these are kind of some of the things going on as we deal with all this stuff, and it's pretty nuts to see these snowstorms actually hitting Alaska. Let's just look at this one more time for you. See, there's a lot to talk about. Look at this. So this is the storm right here that's heading for Alaska. They keep getting walloped. Look at this. Here's another. Here's one, two, and El Nino is the supercharged El Nino is probably in charge of this. So look at that thing right there. So these are some massive storms here. And that's what's causing all the snow in Alaska. So that's going to wrap up this weather report. Will I have one for tomorrow? Probably going to have to, because we're going to have to talk about that rain. And I want to get that, talk about that because it's going to be a busy travel week. And, we're going to have to work on the timing of that rain. Right now, just don't know yet. But again, it's going to be that late Tuesday night into Wednesday morning time frame. And hopefully it'll fall overnight when most people are sleeping. And so it doesn't mess up people's travel plans too badly. But anyway, thank you for watching, and have a good night.